Good evening, guys. Warm welcome to the program. Today, we are going to continue with our warehouse and inventory management episode. In the previous program, we have seen various warehouse processes and benchmarking for those processes so that you can implement in your work area, or these type of episodes will also help you in cracking the interview or improve the performance in your workplace. So let me attach the document. This is a YouTube exclusive program. So if you have any doubts or clarification, you are always welcome to chat or comment. In this session, we are going to see a topic, WMS, Warehouse Management System. Before we dig into this topic, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Pattabhiraman. This is my Udemy profile. I have nearly 4,000 candidates enrolled for my various programs. And this is my LinkedIn profile. You are always welcome to follow me or connect with me. I am searchable by the keyword supply chain master. As you can see from my profile, I am a Apex certified trainer. And if you are in the job market looking for a good job in multinational company with a good pay package, then having this type of internationally recognized certification is a must. So let us go to the topic now. Today's session we are going to see on WMS. So the introduction of technology can significantly improve warehouse productivity, increase utilization, reduce cost, and increase customer satisfaction. Ultimately, a business is there to satisfy these things. One is, of course, the main one is providing customer service at a least possible time at a minimum cost. So when you're handling a huge volume of business, or in terms of number of SKUs or number of transaction, manually handling becomes very difficult. This is where you need a specialized IT tool, and I'm sure all the e-commerce platform use some kind of IT tool to manage their operation, where it is expected to have a real-time communication. And also the systems, earlier it was very expensive. Now you can go for a hire or rental on a monthly basis, because they are available on the cloud, and SaaS variety is also possible. Okay, so coming to WMS, what it is? It is a software application which is built to help and optimize warehouse tasks. So we will see what are the tasks which we can do by using WMS. It provides a helping hand to the store manager or executive in their daily planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, and use of recently available resources. Okay, it does multiple job, and also efficiently it can do. It helps in storing all system data from incoming and outgoing store material to move and store material information. So it has a material database with it. Plus, it also helps to work with for the staff in checking the performance, quality, and quantity of material. So possibly, if you are using ERP, there can be some overlap. But if a number of transaction is more, and you are also using some data capture devices like RFID, and barcode, you may have to move to the next technology level. So there are a few elements of WMS. Individual SKUs, which is handled and stored with each product containing a label with all the detail about such as weight, dimension, IT label, barcode, sticker, etc. So it has the data about the material being stored. warehouse storage location. So where are these individual SKUs are stored inside the warehouse, and also there is a possibility to check the labor productivity by using this IT tool. So, if you ask me how WMS is helpful, it helps in planning, like we saw in the summary. With the help of WMS, you can fix the daily plan for receiving and sending doc activity. You can make a list of tasks and select the orders to be taken in the full day. Helps in organizing. You can organize every product and keep in sequence as the orders are picked. Organizing orders for picking can be attained in several ways and can be done by meeting the needs of the user. Okay, continuing with that, reduces staffing and also manages workload. You can assign your staff about the work of the day by just a few clicks. So there is no need of going to each staff and assigning the stock. Maybe a e-flow work format can be assigned. It definitely improves the productivity since everything is in WMS and are maintained accurately and keep within the frequent checks. So there is almost negligible probability of having any work trouble, of losing some products or missed management or any other possible negative conditions. Helps in controlling and managing. A WMS system not only helps you in reducing workload, but it also helps you a lot in controlling and managing your store in a verified manner using your centralized devices. And you can take a lot of reports for monitoring and executing the warehouse activity. So why WMS? It's more productive. Maybe you will have online visibility, can produce multiple reports, improved responsiveness, minimized paperwork, but at the same time you should not use WMS for inventory control. Okay, there are various other tools available for inventory control, and specifically WMS cannot be used for monitoring inventory. Now if you of you are watching live, if you have any questions, you can always chat in the chat box for any doubts. Why quality information? Because the work in the warehouse has to be executed in a timely manner, and also even with the less time, the work should be executed with the quality of information, which can lead to reduced lead time, reduced error, minimize unproductive labor, improved space utilization, improved equipment utilization. In fact, one of the primary benefits by using WMS could be space saving. You can save at least 20 to 30 percent of the warehouse space by using random location storage. Okay, in the warehouse there are two ways of storage is possible. One is fixed storage location, another one is random storage location. If you do in a random storage, you can definitely save the space, because in fixed location, whether you have components or no, or whether you have 50% or nil component, you need to reserve that space for particular SKU, whereas that doesn't happen in random storage, which is supported by WMS. But WMS, though, has to be implemented by warehouse team. It's a IT system, so the software implementation, it's just like any module in ERP. There is a adage which says cost twice as much as quoted, takes twice as long to implement, and produces just of the benefits. This is applicable for most of the IT tool. In the earlier scenario, now everything you can do a tryout even before implementing. Earlier it was not possible. You cannot ask for a sample implementation. So you need to follow this. However, choosing a WMS should meet the company strategy. It has to align with the strategical process. Maybe if the organization has very large and also have a IT team, they have to develop their internal application. Maybe that is possible in large e-commerce platform like Walmart or Amazon. They have internal team and they develop and maintain this kind of application. If you are a medium or other kind of industry, you have to see the return on investment, because money is invested in this activity. Going to the next activity, selecting the right WMS, you have to see the detailed process, like forming a project team, define, record, review, and improve the current processes. Don't simply automate the redundant process. Incorporate any future growth. Select vendors with the experience of providing solution, site visits, and ROI. This is a process similar in any of the IT project, because when you are investing huge amount of money, you should see how you are going to get the return out of this investment. So, a project team, assemble a team capable of logical thinking who will decide what your company needs from a WMS. Nowadays, it's more also decided by the customer and the competition. Okay, if a competition has a better IT tool, then you have to outperform them. And customer expectation are changing nowadays, so you have to take care of customer expectation. Of course, inside the members like finance, sales, production, IT, and warehouse also has to take care. Documentation for the project, collate as much information about the current process. Do not automate poor processes. In fact, for any of the IT process, these are all fundamental. Even before you automate any of this process, your process should be of high level and comparable with the benchmark process. Then only you can go for any of this automation. Identify which processes are frustrating, redundant, and inefficient, and eliminate or modify such processes. And of course, when you are investing money on this WMS, you should see the future need, because you are not taking this IT tool for a limited period, possibly the expansion next 3 years, 4 years, and there should be a scalability built inside the process. Okay. Possibly there could be increase in number of SKU, kitting, or other value added service nowadays, where, as we have seen earlier also, many warehouse value added activity happens in the final stages, which we call assemble to order or finish to order or package to order. So how these tool can supplement them, and whether you are going to use your own or bonded warehouse also matters in finalizing. Of course, before you do final release of order, you need to check the vendor and site visit. Presently, you can see lot of players are available. Of course, there is something called your own ERP can also provide the WMS, but there are a lot of standalone vendors who can provide this IT tool, but it can be integrated in ERP. And nowadays, the hundreds, if not thousands, of vendors are available. So best of breed is a standalone application. They are not part of IT ERP team, but a standalone vendors. Nowadays, due to SaaS is nothing but a software as a service. So you can hire or rent such services by paying monthly rental, and no need for investing huge money. Possibly you need to also check what your competitors are using. and visit the site where such a software are already installed. Since it's a SaaS version or available, you can ask for a demo and check it yourself, whether any is it suitable or any modification has to be done in your case. Of course, for any major investment, ROI becomes a problem in case you want to go for a non-SaaS way, which means you are going to invest a huge money. Then you should find out what are the benefits and then quantify into equivalent amount and see whether you are able to return the money. So this is very important for aspect, especially for in the manufacturing environment. They may not be looking for implementing these kind of software tools. So you need to justify as a warehouse professional whether this is required and what are the benefits. Of course, all the benefits will not be visible in a financial term, but you have to convert. For example, if you are able to reduce few manpower or increase the lead time, you have to convert them into financial term and convince your finance people. And also one of the important thing possible in the warehouse, if the tool can provide some improved accuracy, that's a welcome move. Increased productivity could also result in saving of manpower and also the cost saving. Traceability is one of the important requirement in perishable goods or in the pharma sector. Of course, it's going to result in improved customer service. All this may not be these are all qualitative in nature, which has to be converted to quantitative and then justified to the managers. Check what prices are fixed and what are variables. Some may look attractive initially but expensive over long period of time. That's very much true. So what to look in for the system? Ability to interface with the other system. Okay, if you are taking this particular IT tool from standalone vendors, it has to get interface with the main database by using the ERP, and it should be modular and scalable. Scalable in the sense should be in a position to accommodate higher capacity in the future. Accessible from remote location. This is one of the main features nowadays, whether you ask it or no. All happens in a remote condition, especially when you are operating under SaaS. Ease of operation, yes. Standard system meets a specific need. Of course, customization, if you look, ask for this, it's expensive. So many of the vendors may provide a benchmark process, and you have to try to follow the benchmark process instead of asking your own current process, which may become expensive. Sometimes you may not be even able to use source mode, but on the other hand, you may have to invest huge money. Okay, it should be capable of supporting warehouse best practices and reporting capability. And one more, earlier we have seen this results in better space saving, even up to 30-40% of the space. Current space can be saved by using random location for the SKUs. And it is also very important when you have cross docking operation. I hope some of you may be aware, cross docking is used in most of the e-commerce operation or any distribution environment, where you are not going to store any item. The incoming vehicles with the various goods are connected directly to the outgoing vehicle to the different customer. So some kind of a assortment, some mixing, labeling, all this takes place in the platform, and there is no necessity for storing any item. If in such situation, the IT tool must be supportive and strong, apart from support from your suppliers and customer. So if you are intending to go for a cross-dock operation, then using a suitable WMS is essential. Okay, selecting a partner, main aspect to look from in the partner vendor or experience, longevity, how long in the business, already installed similar system in other industries, support in installation, training, maintenance, and help desk service, reasonable modification rates. Now most of the SaaS vendor, they keep updating it, and there is no necessity for you to keep reminding them unless you need a specific requirement, and in which case it may cost you exorbitantly, so you have to follow the flow. Before the final decision, request for case studies where they have previously interfaced with the organization specific ERP, transport management, or accounting system. Sometimes this WMS can also do some of the activities of ERP as well as TMS, YMS. So you have to see the kind of operating environment which is required, because many time the vendors also bundle up everything whether you need it or don't need it, so you have to take a call whether you want it. Of course you can always ask for a site visit. Going for implementation, find a suitable time to introduce the system, agree a realistic implementation plan. Possibly in all these steps will be minimized when you are going for a SaaS format, because everything is available over the net in the cloud. So there is as such no implementation required, but possibly internal processes may be changed over to shoot to this particular IT tool. Okay, you need to appoint super users, develop a training agenda. Now, what is becoming popular is SaaS, software as a service. Even your PC or a laptop, my MS Office, you can hire them or rent them instead of spending the entire money for purchasing it. Same thing is applicable for most of the IT tool. You know, demo anything required, you can ask for a login access, use it for some time. If you are not happy, you can discontinue using. These are all something like a subscription models. Okay, you don't need to spend huge initial investments. Internet based application that is developed, hosted, and maintained by third party software providers on a secure servers. In fact, regular updates are provided at no extra cost, but possibly you have to keep subscribing every year. The advantage of SaaS could be lowest cost of entry, reduced startup cost, instant upgrade, user-driven innovation. Nowadays, you have a lot of choices. Even if many of your industry, if you do not have this WMS, you can request management to get approval for installing the software or taking access to the software for a limited period, maybe 1 month, 2 months. And if you are able to get the benefit out of this system, then you can go it for a regular way. Coming to the cloud computing, earlier we used to store all the data in centralized server. When you're trying to use SaaS, yeah, it's not stored in your individual server, which is located inside your premises. Okay, vendor hosts this software application and hardware infrastructure. This is where you are going to dramatically reduce the initial cost by going in the SaaS method, and access WMS via web browser without upfront software costs. So we are coming to the end of today's session. Maybe if someone of you watching at the middle, you need to watch the previous session to have the continuity, and there are many more sessions to come. If you are looking for the certificate for this program, we are going to keep online multiple choice questions. but basic requirement is for you to subscribe to our channel, watch all the videos, like and comment in all the videos. We are going to issue a e-certificate based on this condition. Of course, very nominal fees is being asked to make the candidate take little seriously for attempting the exam, because many times the candidate want only the certificate but not the knowledge. That's not sufficient. We expect you to learn from this program and also use it for your own benefit. So we can provide the certificate. If you have any doubts, clarification, you can always type in the YouTube channel in the chat box, and you can see our websites. We have both the live and self-paced program. You can visit this site. Both the short term and long term programs are available. Our WhatsApp number is also available. Our executive will respond to you as soon as you make an entry. One of our leading program is supply chain analytics, globally number one program from a APIX certified trainer with analytical knowledge, having a wide ranging application. Currently, all the employers are looking for this kind of skill from the applicants. So we are going to do practical application in analytics for supply chain application. Also, if you are in the job market, you need to have globally recognized certification, for which we provide training and mock test. So if you are looking for any of this, you are welcome to connect with our executives. So if you have any questions, you can type in the chat box so that I can respond. We are going to have more sections on this, because warehouse and inventory management is a lengthier topic. Having more knowledge in the topic, you can succeed in your supply chain career. Okay, let us conclude here. Thanks for watching. Bye. All the best.